What is going on, YouTube? It's been a while. So today what we're going to do is talk about this one pedal driving. What is it? What do I think about it? Do I like it? Do I not like it? Here we go. Let's just get right into it. So the one pedal driving, it's all about regenerative braking. And basically what it means is just like it implies, it's one pedal. You don't really need the brakes. If you can plan ahead for what you're doing, the vehicle will just slow itself down. I'll show you what I mean. So you probably can't see my foot, but I'm pressing on the gas, and then when I let it go, you can actually hear the car kind of make a boom. Makes a deceleration sound. And what that is it's the electric motors, in my case the GT. The electric motors are providing resistance, and they're essentially turning into a generator, and that does put energy back into your batteries. So not only are you not using your traditional brakes, you're actually recharging your battery to some degree. Most of the range estimates sort of I guess come implied that you're going to be using the one pedal drive. So if you don't use that, the range estimates might not be particularly accurate. Honestly, once I got used to the system, I love it. I think it's great. It's easy. I like it when I'm going up and down hills, and you know, you don't have to really touch the brake at all. So let me show you again. We'll see if you guys can hear this at all. So take a listen. I don't know if you're able to pick that up, but you'll see there's a thing called a brake coach, which I have on. I really don't need it on, but it's there, and it'll tell you how much energy is returning. When you let off the pedal, you can, well, you guys can't really see this right now, but you can see right here. Watch when I get going here. So we'll get going, and then as soon as I let off, so right now I let off, you can see that turn to that kind of yellow color. That means the regenerative braking is working, and now I'm putting energy back into the system. So then in stop and go traffic is where I think this really shines. Just being able to take my foot off the gas, let the regenerative braking kick on, and I never have to touch the brake pedal. Here's a suggestion though, a little tip if you will. When you let off to a certain degree, so right now I'm coming up to a red light, I slowed, I could have just come to a complete stop there. If you get to the point where you're slowing down enough, and unfortunately I can't really tell you what that 100% is, but your brake lights do come on. And of course that makes sense, because if you're slowing down enough like a traditional vehicle, when you're pressing the brakes, you know, the person behind you needs to know that, hey, this guy is slowing down. So it makes sense that your brake lights will come on. My suggestion would be to drive around at nighttime and try to like look behind you or look for that reflection of about where do my brake lights come on. It's important for several reasons. One, so it doesn't look like you're a two-footed driver, right? Because somebody behind you might be like, what the heck, this guy's like on the gas brakes, you know, something like that. So it's good so you have a feeling of, hey, when are my brake lights coming on? It's also good because if you you know, you slow down, like if you slow down very, very rapidly, your brake lights may never come on. And in some instances, that's fine. It really doesn't matter. But it's just good to get a feel for that. I've been doing this enough, and I've been on this one pedal driving now for long enough that I can just kind of feel, like, based on how fast I'm going, if I'm braking or not. It's actually, or I'm sorry, if my brake lights are coming on or not. So it's a really good system though. I do like it. I had been pretty much driving the Mach E here exclusively for quite a while actually. I hopped into my truck, which had been parked for the majority of the winter, and boy, it took me a minute. I was like, whoa, I came up to the stop sign, and oh, that's right, I got to use a brake pedal again. So, but I find it very, very helpful, and I can be going highway speeds, and I can come up to stoplights, stop signs, and you just get used to the way the vehicle brakes and how that regenerative braking works, and you can judge your distances to the point where you really don't need the brake pedal at all. here's another thing that I've noted. One time when I did have to use the brakes in this vehicle, the actual brakes, it was because somebody cut me off. And so I let off on the gas, and you know, of course, regenerative braking starts, and then, but boy, when I hit the brake pedal, it's exaggerated. So this vehicle has very, very good brakes to begin with, and then now you pair up with the fact that the regenerative braking is trying to do its job also, and you get the little bit of like a head jerk if you got to get on the brakes. So it's good that the stopping power is there, right? But if you got to get on the brakes, you got to do it a little bit smoother than you would in like a traditional ICE vehicle. So just something to note. Another important consideration as you're looking around here, it's wintertime in Minnesota, and right now the roads are clear, but if it's icy out, you need to treat that regenerative braking just like you would a traditional brake. So in other words, if the regenerative braking, you know, is working hard at trying to slow you down and it's icy, you're going to be slipping and sliding. And that regenerative braking, from my experience at least, it doesn't have like an ABS system, if you will. So it doesn't have any anti-lock braking to it, at least from what I've experienced. So if you do start slipping, my suggestion would be to actually then hit the traditional brake pedal and then allow the ABS to kick on and sort of, you know, help you so you can still stop quickly, but also steer and still have control. So that's just it's just something to note. I've had a couple times where I've been going, like, you know, if I'm on like a 40-mile-an-hour road or something, and then you let off the brakes right away. So like I did here, it's not slowing me down very much. And it seems like the faster you go, so I have a road that I travel on quite a bit that's 55 miles an hour. So now if I'm going 55 or 60 and that regenerative braking kicks on, the regenerative braking is a little bit stronger than it would be if I was going like 30 miles an hour. And I guess that makes sense too. So anyways, just to recap here, the regenerative braking is great. It's called one pedal drive. And I highly suggest you try it. One more tip, maybe try it the first time when you don't have a passenger, because either A, they're going to make fun of you, or B, they might be like, what are you doing? Because for me, it was a very, very short learning curve. I mean, I had it pretty much figured out in about 5 minutes, I felt like, so it really wasn't bad. But for others, you know, maybe that's not the case, and it might take you just a little bit more. So anyways, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, we got a lot more content coming up here. I'm trying to get some more videos going. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit the like button. Actually, only about 10% of the people that watch the videos are subscribed, which apparently is kind of an average. But it does help you keep notified when I've got some new content coming out. Helps the channel out a bit. I do have some affiliate links for Amazon products, for some of the products that I have in the Mach E here. And if you you know, that price, if you click one of those links, the price is the same that you'll pay on Amazon. I just get a very small commission if you end up making a purchase, and I put that right back into the channel. Hope to get some better camera equipment, maybe add some cameras, some microphones in the future, so for what that's worth. But I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next video.